Hey y'all. The last time I made a video, I was not in such a great place. I was just having a bad week, a bad day, a bad whatever, and feel better now. Tinnitus is just what it is. You have good days, you have bad days. Some bad days you can push through, and some bad days you can't. And, we have to hope that we have more good days so that we can actually enjoy our lives, and hope that we, as time goes on, can better cope with the bad days. That's really all it is until, the volume decreases, we habituate, it goes away, whatever. I'm hoping for any and all of those things. But today I want to get into just going off of last time. I think I was just having a little bit of trouble sleeping. Sometimes I have periods of time where I sleep really well, and then I'll go through these periods where I just don't sleep at all, and it just becomes really frustrating, the roller coaster of it. So I want to talk a little bit about sleep and what my sleep routine is, and hopefully you guys will share with me as well what you guys do for sleep, because I know that that is something that we all struggle with regularly. So we can share ideas of what helps us and what doesn't, what makes it worse, what makes it better. It's helpful to all of us, because all it takes is that one little nugget from somebody and you go, whoa, I've never thought of that before. So I'm just going to go through what it is for me, what I do before I go to bed, and what helps me sleep better. So when you suffer from tinnitus, whether it is extremely loud, whether it's manageable, whether it's low, I feel like the hardest part of the day to deal with is bedtime. When you are trying to sleep and you have constant ringing, it feels impossible sometimes. What makes it difficult, obviously, is the fact that at night, everything is super quiet. So you hear your tinnitus more, the perception of it is louder to you. It's all of those things. It feels amplified at night. But for me, it's not just the volume, it's also the anxiety around sleep. Because as soon as it starts to get dark, as soon as the kids are in bed, as soon as I start to feel tired, I'm already worried about not falling asleep, or how long it's going to take me to fall asleep, or what I'm going to have to do to be able to fall asleep. It's not just as easy as closing your eyes or being tired, because if it was just that, I'd sleep no problem. But it's the anxiety that is built up around sleep that I find makes it even more difficult for me. We have so much anxiety built up around sleep, and we anticipate not sleeping or it being difficult to fall asleep, and that makes it hard. But sometimes you're lying there, well, I do. Sometimes I'm lying there for hours and hours and hours, just staring at the ceiling or staring at the insides of my eyelids. And as tired and exhausted as I am, and as much as I want to fall asleep, I just can't. And it's so frustrating. Sometimes sleep takes over, and sometimes it doesn't. And I've tried to build up a routine for myself, and sometimes it works. And then when it starts to work, I kind of drift in and out of it until I get back into that place where I'm not sleeping anymore, and then I have to like religiously get back into my sleep routine. When you don't sleep, when you wake up tired, it makes everything in your life harder. It makes everything just seem more difficult because of how exhausted you are. And I needed to find a way to create some type of routine or boundaries around my sleeping so that I could function like a normal human being for the daytime. I know there are people who use sound machines, who use fans, who use white noise, and that's really helpful for them. My tinnitus is, I would say, too loud. Even if I have a fan on, if I have a white noise machine going, that's not going to do it for me. I will hear my tinnitus over all of those things. So I would have to have my sound therapy playing in my maskers and sleep with them on in order for it to be effective, because those external things just don't work for me. In the initial stages when I first had tinnitus, there were days, I mean, days, several days, weeks where I would be up and I couldn't sleep in the very, very beginning. It was like torture, just being awake for days on end, not knowing how to fall asleep, not understanding how to mask the noise, lying in bed, just gripping my ears, wishing that there was something I could do to make this noise go away. I went to the doctor, and the doctor prescribed me some anxiety medication because the amount of time I wasn't sleeping was becoming a problem. And the anxiety medication did help. It did help calm me down. It did help me fall asleep. But I didn't want to have to depend on the medication long term. So I took it for as long as I feel like I needed it. I don't remember if it was like months or whatever it was. I took it for as long as I needed it. I don't judge people for taking medication, because when you have tinnitus, you have to do whatever you have to do to, one, sleep, and to, two, be able to manage your days. So there's no shame, there's no judgment, none of that. You do what you have to do to get through. Everybody is different. Nobody is in your body. Nobody can hear what you hear. So do whatever that is for you. I still have the prescription. I still take it very often on. If I've had a particularly horrible day and the tinnitus is really loud, my face is in a lot of pain, if I've got a lot of anxiety, I will take it on a one-off. I don't take it very often, but I do still have it, and I do still take it if I feel like I need it. Other than the meds, I've come up with a routine that tends to work for me. So basically, it's pretty simple. I put my phone away an hour before I go to bed, because you know that all of that excitement and energy that's going from your phone into your brain is not going to be good for sleep. So an hour before bed, my phone goes away. Then when I'm actually feeling tired, I take magnesium. I think it's magnesium glycinate. I've gone through every magnesium, every melatonin, everything, and that one in particular works best for me. I take 2 magnesium glycinates when I feel tired, and then I start my meditation. The meditation is half an hour of breathing meditation. It's called equal breathing. So equal meaning, if I'm starting at, let's say, number 4, it's 4 seconds breathe in, 4-second hold, and then 4-second breathe out. And I'll do 5 of those at a 4, and then I'll move on to number 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I'll do 5 of each of those. That takes me about 30 minutes. There's a really good one on YouTube. I will link it in the bio. After my 30 minutes of deep breathing, I do 30 minutes of sleep meditation. There are tons of them all over the place. I like the Honest guys. They have a lot of really great meditation. There's a really good 30-minute nighttime meditation. And that whole routine takes me about an hour. Usually before the end of that 30-minute meditation, I fall asleep. Sometimes I don't. And there are going to be nights where you just don't. And that's just what it is. That's what we have to deal with when we have tinnitus. But I also feel like if you create a routine for yourself, your body likes habit. And maybe if you do it continuously, you do it every single night and give it 2 or 3 weeks, maybe it will be something that is helpful for you. Unfortunately, the reality of it is sleep is going to come or it's not going to come. And it's something that we have to figure out for ourselves, whatever works for us. So I will link my favorite videos in my bio, and I'm really hoping that you guys will link some of your helpful sleep routines, or let me know in the comments what works for you, because sharing is caring. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.